should be coming back. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
there she is.
Okay. Hi. Nothing quite like having a internet outage right at the start. Fantastic. Um, anyway, let's get on with it. I'm not going to do the intro again because of things. But anyway, let's start off with our special guest this week. Very excited to have her come and say hi to everyone. It's Annette. Annette is here. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us this week.
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me to the show.
Oh, you not a problem. Thanks for saying yes. That's always the main thing. I will just say guys, in case it's going to be one of those shows where my internet is being typically Aussie, I will be back if there are DCs. So I'll be back. Just be prepared because it's been a bit silly. Anyway, we're going to get on with having a chat with Annette, and hopefully things will all be good. So first off, tell us a little bit about yourself, the player behind the characters.
Well, I'm from Sweden. I'm gonna be 56 years old this year,
Yes.
and I'm on. I got bitten by a tick in 2004 and got complications from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I am on full-time disability, and that leads me into the next question.
Mm-hmm.
I got something called sarcoidosis that affects my lungs, and my brain is telling me that my lungs are under attack. So I have pretty much basically constant fatigue, which
Wow.
is false fatigue because I'm not really having a problem oxygenating my blood, but my brain tells my body that it does. So when I
Frustrating.
try to do too much, it shuts down.
Wow.
So yeah. So I've learned to live with it, but it's frustrating because I can't do what I want for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Wow, that's amazing. A tick has
Yep.
created all that.
Yeah.
That's
Horrible little creatures.
yes.
Don't
Yes.
like them.
Okay. Fair. Do you want to
Hmm.
break down the second question?
Actually, could you take it? I'm getting a phone call.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Not a problem. All right. So, due to obviously medical needs for yourself,
Yeah.
and being that you were able to, I guess, play video games. Um, when when did you get started on WoW? Have you been playing WoW just from the beginning, or was it something that came later on?
What was released in EU in 2005
Mm-hmm.
and started about 4 months after release because I was in the camp that, oh, heck no, I'm not paying to play video games.
Yep.
That's not happening. That took about 4 months watching my brother play WoW from the start. And
Wow.
since I couldn't do anything other than sit home because I had no um, energy to do anything else than to sit down, I caved, of course, and I bought
Mm-hmm.
WoW and started playing about 4 months after release in EU.
Wow.
And I played, started as Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
I played a Warlock. That was my first character.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was playing her exclusively up to max level, which took a while. But it was fun, and I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
So I got stuck with
Mm-hmm.
it. Hmm.
Okay.
I have been playing, yeah, I've been playing video games ever since I was a little, oh, well, since video games actually started. My first video game was Pong.
Nice.
So I'm that old.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Nothing
it,
wrong with that.
I played. No, and I played basically every game console that's come out after Pong. I played it. I
Yeah.
had it, and yeah, it's been in my world forever, basically.
Nice. Does your brother still play WoW?
Yes, no, not really. He
Okay.
he checks in when a new expansion turns up, and then he plays that for about a week or so, and then he switches off and he
Yep.
says, "Nah."
Okay.
Right now
So he
he's stuck in
dabbles.
Diablo. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Okay. All right. So when did you first come to trying a challenger then? Coming over to and seeing the WoW challenges and being, oh, I want to give that a go.
I'm not really sure where it started actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually down to Kuhn. I was watching Kuhn. I remember watching him, and he played there was some kind of challenger going on,
Mm-hmm.
some competition, some Iron Man competition, and he was in that competition, and I
Yep.
was like, oh, this is really looks fun.
Yeah.
Um, so I looked into it and I found out about the pacifists, which was the one that I really got interested in because WoW is about killing as much as you can,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And I got interested in ooh, how do you get to max level without killing a single thing?
Wait,
Yeah, exactly. So how do you do that without killing anything
Yep.
when you're supposed to kill everything?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So that's where my fascinating started, and I started to try it out, and I failed miserably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
that
don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know how many I tried, but you start one, you end up dead, and you start over, and that's where you go to. And the further you go, the funnier it is.
Nice.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. So Pacifist was where you started, which is fantastic.
Hmm.
Love that. I think, and you know, as I said, we've got Faire here. She is our pacifist queen. She is the
Yeah.
person who completely changed my thinking of pacifist to being. Why the hell would you want to try a pacifist? To oh my god, I love pacifist.
Yep.
Completely love Faire for that. You have changed my thinking of that, and I
I
love that.
corrupted
You think you did, and now I'm running about 4 pacifists at the moment at different stages. Which again, who am I? What am I?
you. That's amazing.
Uh, but for the moment, and we've just finished the contest, which we'll talk about in a bit. But right at the moment, what are you currently focused on challenge wise? And if you can tell us, like, what classes, what races, what do you like to run when you're choosing a, a challenge?
Right now, I'm not working on one. I have an Iron Alliance Shaman parked. I thought it was 35-ish, but she's actually 22.
Mm-hmm.
And I started her in a competition a few years back. And I got to about then, I think it was 35-ish. But then the level squish
Yeah.
happened and it bounced back.
Mm-hmm.
And she's parked after the competition. So I haven't touched her after the competition, but I have her standing around. So I have her to work on,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm going to pick up at some time. But I'm not really working on one right now. But I'm kind of looking at the working man
Mm-hmm. I think you'd
thing.
like it. Yeah, I think you'd like
Yeah,
it.
so that looks interesting. So I might be starting one of those soon.
Nice. They're they are good fun. They are
Yeah.
good fun. I have not gone back to working men after I lost my two, but it is a fun way to do things. So
I really love doing working man's.
mm, yes. So
Yeah, they look fun.
all right. Fair. Do you want to take question 4?
Yeah. Thinking back about all you've done, what is actually your fondest challenge memory?
That's when I finally made my first pacifist to max level, no harm done. Um, when I got her to max level, that was the thing that I think back of, because that was a really a fun moment for me, because all the pacifists I've lost, when I finally managed to get one to max level, that was fun. And that she was max level then was in Shadowlands level 60, so she's still level 60. But that was my that's the fondest memory I have.
I think when you get that first one, I think it doesn't matter really what challenge you're doing as well. When you get that first one to max, it sticks in your brain and you don't forget it. So
No,
you know,
I think so too.
which is great. All right, before we talk about leveling and things like that, I just want to say we did run the Pacifist contest about a month or so ago, and with everything you did so fantastic. You came in third with again, between Stir, Zaya, and you, blew me away with a pacifist contest.
Blew all of us away.
What you guys could do. And again, like, congratulations to the 3 of you, because I really did not give it. I did not think it was going to go that way. Again, the tribute to 5, by not having the fishing and cooking, I thought would slow you guys down, but no, you just
No.
which was amazing. So congratulations on that. That again was awesome to see from not only Stir and Zaya, but from you as well. So well done on that. But when you're looking at leveling your challenge tunes, no matter, I guess, what you choose, whether it's Pacifist or Iron Man or Working Man, we're always looking at how does someone level? Because obviously we've all got so many options. There are so many options. So for you, when you look at leveling your challenge tunes, what do you usually do? Do you have a particular strategy, or is it a bit like finding your feet as you're going along?
At the start, I did all the questing I could in different zones. I run around trying to do as many quests as I could, and end up dead from random mobs or random stuff.
Yep.
Because you try too much, I think. I try too much because, well, it's supposed to be easy. But you kind of forget that you don't have any clothes on. You don't have any eye levels. You're like eye level 0. No matter what level you are still eye level 0. So you don't have any defense, and the first hit from something a bit higher than you, you're practically dead. That's just the way it is if you're a pacifist. And I pretty much always go for a pacifist, because that's what I was fascinated with. And I always make a night elf druid for the shadow meld and for the aquatic form. Nowadays, when I stopped doing all the quests in all the different zones, I figured out the best path for me, which was starting off in the starting zone, of course, until you hit, if you do everything there, you hit about 4.5 level. If you don't stand around, because you can't get herbing and mining yet, because you have to be level 5.
Yep.
So if you do everything, and then you go to, I go to Azure Mist Isles.
A good place.
I
Yeah.
love that place. Yeah, because there's so many quests for a pacifist on Osiris Isles that you actually, if you do everything that you can, and you herb and mine some, not just herbing and mining, you actually get to level 17. You can get higher up there, but you can get to 17 pretty easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And for a druid, 17 is the level you want to go to because that's when you get aquatic form.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get that, you can start herbing and mining underwater. And the advantage for a pacifist specifically is that underwater there's not much people in the water. You're pretty much alone wherever you go.
That approach. It's new to me, and I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I turn on yeah. As soon as I hit level 17, I end up going to 1,000 needles.
Yep.
Because there is so much mining and herbing to be done in 1,000 needles. You just go round and round. It's boring. But it's worth it because you don't see any other people. And as an alliance, and if I don't see any other people for about 2 levels, I get back to Stormwind and I turn on war mode. Because as an alliance, you get 25% extra XP from mining and herbing. So you get from one lap, you can get about 1 level and 2-3 bubbles nowadays.
Nice.
Wow.
For just 1 lap, even if you're not rested. Yeah.
Heck.
So
Is your server balanced, or is it in favor of alliance?
Yep. I don't really know where that is because Horde only gets, what is it, 10%, I think, if you turn on PvP.
Oh, interesting.
So it must be Horde heavy if Alliance is getting the extra bonus.
It is.
So Alliance, it's low on Alliance, high on Horde.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So as a pacifist, you have to use that, I think. Because, so I just go around making laps until I hit level 60. Because that's when you get kicked out of chromatime. Because, you have to turn on chromatime to get the max level XP from the herbing nodes. And then you can, of course, also sell all the herbs and mines, or the ore, rather, that you get.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you were on a big server or something, they sell pretty fast, so you have money for your fastest flying from that alone. And after you get kicked out of chromatime, I did go to Dragonflight.
Yeah.
And try to do stuff, but since the flying is so fast, you always get that 1 or 1.5, 2 seconds delay when you land.
Yeah.
So you have no idea what mobs you run into. And since you don't have any eye levels, I gave that up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Because that was too scary. And I didn't know if I could pick the herbs that had the ice thing on it. I can't remember the names of it. Because I tried to pick a herb in BFA on one of my tunes and I insta-died because the ice herb thingy gives out an AoE damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know if I could pick that, so it was too confusing, so I gave up pretty fast. Yeah, frigid, that's the one. Yeah, so I gave that up pretty much. And then I decided that to get to 70 for the competition, above all, because I was chasing the other two above me, I needed to level fast, so I decided I would go and do archaeology.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
So from 60 to 70, I only did archaeology.
Wow. That's still very interesting points. 1,000 needles, huh? I might have to explore that.
That's a really fascinating place. I've never thought about there. I mean, we all have kind of our little places that we go on our routes, right? Different places. Go round and round. That's a new one for me. I'll have to try it.
Absolutely.
Because the best thing with Thousand Needles is that there's only two places that you need to be on the lookout, because most mobs are friendly. There's only two places. There's one elite on the left side. If you look at it on the map, on the left side of the map, there's one elite in the middle on the left side. That's the only one that you need to be on the lookout for, so you don't go too close to him.
Yeah.
And then on the right side, there is an area where there is a cave that you used to go to on your normal tunes back in the days to go for gold, because there's a lot of gold mines in this cave.
Yes.
Yes. In that area, there are hostile mobs, hostile fish that you need to be on the lookout for. They're pretty easy to avoid, but that's the only two areas in Thousand Needles in that area, in that corridor, long corridor thing, that you need to even think about. Other areas, there's no mobs that will come in.
No.
Wow.
A great idea for a druid. I mean, really.
Yeah.
You take advantage of your water form.
I might have to take my little passy for a spin there. See how that goes. Great information. Thank you very much for that. I think
I love learning new things.
Exactly. I was gonna say Mrs. Rock Guru says non-druid pacifists are usually around Eastern Plaguelands and Herb the Lake. I don't see any people around there. Yep, I've been there.
Yeah. I tried that as well, but it was actually too slow for me this time. But because and that was only because I was chasing the two other ones before me, above me. So I said, this is too slow. I need to go to somewhere where there's more herbs and wines. So that's when I went back to Thousand Needles.
Yes. All right. Rod also says we Alliance get 25% after level 20 Sith War mode enabled. Oh, hang on. Level 20th War mode enabled for quests and killing mobs monsters. Okay, so I'm honestly thinking that must be a faction balance thing for the server. Tiber says very good information. Absolutely, completely agree with that. Definitely given us some food for thought, which I love. So thank you for that. All right. Faire, what was the next question for Annette?
We talked about the fondest moment. What was the most embarrassing or worst moment or worst ways you died on any of your challenge tunes? And I know we've all died a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, I have a worst one. Of course I do. It was back in Shadowlands, and I was 58.5. Max level was 60.
Yep.
And it was the time when you could go around collecting all the ancestry coins.
Yep.
I don't remember the holiday.
Luna.
Yeah, Lunar Festival. Yes.
Elder Festival.
Yeah. Elder Festival. Yeah. And I was sitting on a mountain peak outside Ogrimmar as an alliance, considering how stupid would it be to try and stealth in for the coin. Would it be very, very stupid or just stupid? So I'm sitting there considering if I should do it or not on my 58.5 Pacifist, and I get swooped by the flying guards and insta-killed.
No.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ouch. That was a bit embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, frustrating, embarrassing, annoying.
Yes. All of the above.
You didn't even have to make the choice, They didn't.
No, I didn't.
Like, you shouldn't be here. Goodbye.
Yes, that's what they said.
It's always interesting how, like, with surrounding of both, say, Stormwind and Ogrimmar, that there are some there's some hills, there's some mountains, and the things that you try to do on opposite factions when you're on a challenge tune, that point of chasing XP, I don't know, if you just think, well, if everything goes okay, I'll be fine. It's, you know, it's going to give me 3000 XP or whatever it is. So the things that you're prepared to do is always a little, yeah, can be a little bit rough, but definitely guards flying around. Yeah, that's a bit ick. When leveling, do you have any zones that you really don't touch, like that you just go, nope, not going there? I mean, I think Faire and I could definitely name probably like 5 off
I've
the
got a
bat.
few.
But for you, Annette, where is not good? Where is unsafe? All of that kind of thing.
I don't really have that kind of zones because I haven't really gone to many places. I usually end up dead before I reach that far. And now I found this safe way to do it. I kind of stick to that if I'm gonna level up and get all the way to max level. So I haven't really ventured out anywhere. But I would say the last expansion, just stay away from it. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you think that with thinking about trying a working man, which you know you've mentioned earlier, do you think you will level the working man the same strategy as the pacifist, or do you think you will forge yourself a different strategy for the working man?
I would forge a different one for the working man. Yeah, because you can do questing on another way that you can on the pacifist.
Yeah.
The pacifist you can only do the go here, do this, talk to that one, or explore this and so forth. You can't do any quests on a pacifist that involves killing stuff. Those you can't do. You can on a working man.
Yep.
So I would for sure pretty much do what I normally do in a normal tune, I think.
Yeah, I think it depends a lot on what class you pick too. How long you can keep killing things. You know,
Exactly.
You know, like a hunter or something that you can kill things pretty much all along. You can really do a balance of gathering and questing.
Yeah.
True.
With a rogue, you still run into the wall. It becomes too hard to kill things.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And those points, you just gotta hurl and mine, get past them, or do the dailies and stuff. But yeah. I haven't decided what kind of what tune I would play or what class I would play though. I haven't really gone that far into it. I'm just curious about the thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess to be decided on that one. Zion does say question is to know what you can kill and what can kill you, which very good point, Zion. Yes, we do understand that. Mrs. Rock Guru says if a faction is outnumbered, they get an extra 20% on top of the normal 10% if war mode. Call to arms is available. And she also said I started working man Pandarian and left the turtle at level 18. Wow, yeah, wow. I haven't made a panda in so long, but that, it does feel like, you know, again, there's so many choices of things to do. For you, Annette, what advice would you give to anyone who wants to give, you know, trying a challenge tune a go?
I would say if you ever considered it or thought about it, just try it. You got pretty much nothing to lose. You're only competing with yourself. Well, if it's not really a competition, of course, then you compete with the others. But with the challenge tune, if you wonder about it or thought it was, oh, this looks interesting, just try it, because you're gonna find a new hobby. Yeah, you're gonna look at the game in another way, because you see it from a totally new perspective, and that is really, really fascinating and fun. So just try it. If you don't like the first thing you try a different character or class and just see what one you find funny, because you're gonna find one. I promise you. If you have ever thought about it, you're gonna find one that you're gonna say, "This one I'm gonna try more
Exactly.
of."
I mean, we have so many different challenges. There are so many different combinations with choosing a race and a class.
Yeah.
Just because you pick on one thing doesn't mean that might be the thing for somebody to try. So absolutely, can completely agree. Just try it, is Annette's saying, which I wholeheartedly agree on that. Also, any tips that you want to throw out there to suggest to other new people coming into the challenges?
Yes. Join the Challenger Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I joined it very late for some silly reason, but you get a lot of tips in there, and you can talk to all the people that are doing the challenges and look at the websites for tips. You get really good pointers, and you can get a lot of help from everybody that's going through the same and trying out the same and have done it before, and you can get a lot of tips there.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, all right. Well, and we've got all the information on the website for those that haven't joined Discord. Certainly come on over, and the motto for Discord, like any other thing that we do with WoW challenges, is just don't be a dick. That's it. We welcome everyone, but just be respectful and when talking and all of that. So yeah, come on over, and we have got so many people that give some heaps of tips, advice.
It's a great group. It really is.
It is. We're not a massive community, but we are a community, and I'd like to say we're pretty small, tight knit, which is great. But there's always people there to help out at all times in the day, which is really good, which is fantastic. All right, let's talk about our weeks in WoW. Annette, what have you been doing this week?
Um, I haven't been doing too much in WoW this week because I'm in the ending uh, part of a long outdrawn move. I have a double rent for 2 months
Mm-hmm.
this move, so I have two flats that I'm trying to move stuff from one of them to the other. And it's taking a
Ouch.
while. It's both a blessing and a sin, because it's a blessing because I can take more time than just pack everything up and do the move in one day.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, since one of the symptoms that I have is the fatigue,
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel it really bad. So I'm really really tired. And I have about, it's the end of March is when I
Okay.
lose the first apartment, or the other first apartment is gone, so I can
Mm-hmm.
just focus on the other one
Yep.
and take it easy. So I haven't been playing much WoW, but I have logged in pretty much every day to keep up with the basic stuff. I've
Mm-hmm.
done my dailies, keep up with my professions on 3 tunes. So I have professions pretty much covered, the ones that I think are most important for myself.
Yep.
And then I have the times that I just sit down and take a breather and just relax a bit. I have all my odds because I have about 50 of them altogether, I think.
Nice.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. I have them camped outside and for world bosses to try out for the mounts.
Mm-hmm.
And I got,
Totally understand that.
yeah, I'm missing two of the Pandaria ones now because I got Shah the other week, and I got,
Nice.
I'm missing Nalak, so I'm trying for Nalak now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big
Good
one.
luck.
I got
Good luck.
everybody camp out over there, and he just refused to drop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that's what I'm
understand that.
doing when I'm just sitting down resting. I'm
Nice.
just camped and waiting for bosses to spawn.
Yeah. Which is probably a nice chill thing
Yeah,
for you to be able to do. Sometimes, as we know, logging into the game, there is so much going on whether you're on a challenge toon, even more so when you're on. I find when I'm on my main, it's like so sometimes it's just nice to take those moments to let the body rest and just whether it's picking herbs, waiting on going around and doing those world boss kills of old stuff. So best of luck with Nalik. It's still one that eludes me today, so best of luck with that. Faire, you're never doing anything, Faire.
No, never. When I need to really do something mindless, and if I'm feeling crummy or whatever, I log in and cook and fish. I do my dailies cooking and fishing.
Nice.
That's relaxation for me. I have a little Tauren druid who hit 60 last expansion, and now she's back in Thunderbluff cooking and fishing her heart out. So, doing some archaeology. But yeah, that's kind of my mindlessness when I don't feel up to anything else. This week was a good week, though. My Night Elf Pacifist Druid, Ferreilean, managed to hit 70.
Congratulations.
That was exciting for me. She was my first and oldest pacifist. And I noticed when I was looking at the data for her, she was just a few days past being 10 years old.
I know.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, I know. She started back in Pandaria. Her first, I don't think she hit max in Pandaria. She might have, I forget. But yeah, she's been around for a while. And back in those days, we didn't know a lot about being a pacifist. We didn't know what would kill you, what would give you killing blows. We were all finding this out as we went along. So yeah, she learned a lot along the way. So I'm a little protective of her. So I mostly cooked and fished and archaeologied my way to 70 with her. So on from 60s. Prox kills would wipe her out. So I tried to avoid that like the plague.
Yeah.
Because she, So I was excited to get her there.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. 300, hang on, just, what was it? 3,655 days. Don't mind my camera's being stupid. 16 hours, 56 minutes, 20 seconds. That's the full journey.
Full time, right?
Yeah.
In this past expansion, getting from 60 to 70 was actually just about one day of playtime. Mostly cooking, fishing, and digging.
Yeah. I wonder if she would be the oldest live toon.
I'm not sure. I have to look at my eye.
Zaya. Wonder if they might
my
have a...
Iron Ferreilean is pretty old too.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. But again, congratulations. That's wonderful. The, what did we say? 7th pacifist for Dragonflight. Amazing.
Yep. So on the other side of the coin, I've been playing a new Resto Shaman draenei that I made, who's a working man. I just got to 32 with her. Can fly finally. I'm having a lot of fun learning what modern day shaman abilities do. I hadn't played a shaman in a really long time.
Yeah.
I had one who was sort of a main back in Wrath of the Lich King when I healed in Ulduar. It's been a long time since then in terms of play style and stuff. So I took her resto because the damage is still really good and the heals are nice. So she's doing a lot more killing than most of my working people have ever done.
Yeah.
At that level. So she's still having no problem really. So I'll just keep going until I can't really kill things anymore. I'm doing a lot less just pure gathering runs so far. So typically I'd be gathering my brains out by then, by 32. But no, she's doing good.
Mm-hmm.
And I always keep up with a few of the others. I have an Iron Druid who hit 63, thanks to the
Nice.
Darkmoon Faire. Yeah.
Nice.
That Tauren Pacifist Druid hit 64. And my Night Elf Druid Working Man hit 66.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. I have a green man, Faire, who's also a Night Elf Druid. This was Druid Week, I think. It seems like I have Druids and Rogues, and this seemed to be Druid time.
Mm-hmm.
She's at 60. She's trying to earn some money. She spent all she leveled fairly fast and spent every last cent on fast flying when she could, which was late. So here she is at 60. She needs to improve her gear to keep killing things. So I'm literally farming in Pandaria because those veggies sell really well. So she just plants her farm every day, and is also trying to get her maxed rep on the Cloud Serpents, because then you get a Cloud Serpent that you can sell for 2,500 gold or something. So yeah, just finding ways to make a little cash. Meanwhile, doing the world quests that pop up that don't require her to kill things yet because her gear isn't good enough to do it. Just kind of checking around. She's fun.
Zaya says Ferreilean is the oldest alive challenger that got to max level.
Oh wow!
Thank you for checking, Zaya. That is
should give her the elder
amazing. She should get her own special title. That's amazing. Well, again, congratulations, and you know, it's good to see that you weren't very busy at all this week.
Yeah, slow week, right?
But look at them: 63, 64, 66, 60. Just amazing. Well done. It's just, yeah, so it's so good to see that. Fantastic.
Yeah, well done. I have a tip for you though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're farming in Pandaria, go to the area where Shaw is. If you go further away from him, you have a big area there is a rare mod called Stitch. I think it's called Stitch or something similar to that in a cave. He's usually in a different cave. He can drop something called Peace Pipe, which is a rep token that sells really, really well if you get that to drop, if you're after money.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Interesting. Good. Nice to get these little hints and tips. Thank you, Annette. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice being there because you can kill everything really easily because you're way over level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point. Excellent. Zaya says she got to level 10 on March 6th, 2013.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Okay, well, my week has been it's been one of those weeks. Every time I sat down to play my Pacifists, at least in the last 3 or 4 days, I have like DC'd twice in under 4 minutes. That's how my internet has been. So I ended up giving up yesterday. I wanted to sit down and play. I was like determined, but after the first DC, and I'd taken her out. So I actually got her out. She was on the road from Caranos heading into, my New Tinker Town. Just before there's normally a wolf that's running around chasing a rabbit.
Oh yeah, right by the road.
You know where I'm talking? That's where I DC'd. That was the first time. That was the first time. I got back in because I was like, oh my god, I've probably aggroed the wolf and I'm dead. Got in. No, she was fine. And I thought, okay, all right, I'll take her, off we go. So I got through the arch, down, going right around the, before you hit the lake. You know how the mountain goes just around, and there's normally maybe one or two copper ore nodes.
Yep, there's copper on the left.
Yes. And then you've got the lake, and if you're lucky enough, sometimes there's a copper, there's a node in the lake. So I got around there, and I'm like, oh, no, there's nothing there. And then I'm looking, and I'm running around, and I'm like, there's no mobs. And then I went,
In there.
there's no mobs. This is not good. So I was like trying, like, where am I going to get myself safe? Because I don't know where I've DC'd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it did not DC me out. I must have dropped, but I'm still in game running around, but there's nothing there. So I had to Alt F4 out. And when I came back, you know where I was? I'd just gone through the archway. So literally, what, 30 meters?
Yeah.
And I went, nah, Hearth, log out. So after that, that's kind of been my week. Whenever I've jumped on to play, it's not been very good. Australian internet has been crap. So I gave up, and I went, you know what? Even trying to play on my main last night, I tried the same thing. I DC'd 4 times in less than 10 minutes. I just flipped table and went, no, that's okay. So that's kind of been my week. So hopefully it will be a better week. Anyway, we will see. Where the rare wolf is and the mechanical rabbit. Yes, Mrs. Rock Guru, exactly. Thankfully, I hadn't got that far, which is good. So again, you all know I love that zone. It's good fun. It's just not fun when you DC. So, all right. News. Let's have a look. Let's do this one.
Now, news from the world of Warcraft.
All right, we've got a bit of news to get through. First off, congratulations to Ferreilean on becoming our 7th Pacifist challenge champion of Dragonflight. Again, Faire was right onto it, got me all the information, and the write-up is on the website for those if you want to go and have a read. It's always good to see the max levels and their journeys. I always love having a read of that. So again, congratulations, Faire. Well done on that.
Thank you.
There's lots of stuff going on. So first up, patch 10.0.7 arrives on March 21st for North America, 22nd for the EU. There's things that the monk class will be available to goblin, Lightforged, draenei and worgen races. So that's interesting. And obviously exciting for quite a few people that like to play monk. That's the link for the content update that came off Blizzard website. So if you want to go check that out. I also thought this was interesting. They've got down that there's a free play weekend. Dragonflight will be free to play from now until the 12th. During the Dragonflight free try period, players can bring their level 60 characters to the Dragon Isle or play as the new dracthyr Evoker and get complete access to the latest chapter in the Warcraft saga. If players don't have a level 60 character, Blizzard has gifted many accounts with a free boost up to level 60. So I mean, if that's something, I'm guessing they want people to get back into, giving it a go. So I did say to Faire right before the show, I actually got an email for my second account where they've said that they're going to give me a boost, which I at first thought was spam because, I was like, huh, it's right before the show, I can't look into it, but no, it does legitimately look like it's from Blizzard. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing if anyone's looking at that. The other thing that I was going to mention, I know we haven't got to 10.1 yet, but there is some talk, and I don't know about you guys, I am really excited about this, but they're going to allow cross-faction guilds.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. I hope existing guilds can become that.
They have to. I mean, you can't take, like, some of the oldest guilds in the world are, surely they're not going to, scrap that to make new guilds. I'm sure they'd have to have a way. So that is very exciting. That is something that's coming. I think it is long overdue, personally.
I think it's really exciting because I just can't wait to hear Stir cackling when my Tauren rogue joins the guild.
I know. And honestly, I would think that I would love to move my regular Horde challenge tunes over to our main, the main Alliance guild.
On the Horde one. Yeah.
We will definitely still keep the Horde guild as far as I'm concerned. It will be there. There's too many tunes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Historical tunes.
Yeah, exactly. So it will still be maintained, but for us to move the the tunes that we regularly play on Horde over to the main guild is very exciting. So we will see what happens with that. Scooter Pixie says cross-faction guilds will be cool. Absolutely. It's time. It's been time that they've needed to do this for a while. So very excited about that. But that's coming in 10.1. So we will see what happens with that. A reminder, Darkmoon Faire ends tonight or tomorrow, wherever you are. It ends this afternoon for me. So if you're still trying to get things, sorted for your little challenge tunes, go and do that now because it is ending. Also, just a reminder that I will be taking a couple weeks off after this week, so I won't be here. I won't be back until I think it's the 1st of April. Is it the 1st? I think it's the 1st. April 1st. April Fools! Not really, but I am having 2 weeks off. So, this coming week there is the Angoro Madness, the mini holiday. It's March 17th to the 19th. I would strongly suggest, I think we both would strongly suggest, Faire, avoid the zone.
Oh yeah, don't go there. Dinos will go crazy.
Yeah, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Because, again, there's those dinosaurs hit. They're pretty nasty, for sure. The other thing that I was going to say is Noble Garden doesn't start until next month. So that's why I've tried to fit taking a couple weeks off in between, like, the major stuff. So, so it will be... there's nothing other than like the mini stuff going on, so just be very careful if you're around Angoro for sure. Mrs. Rockguru says, I think a lot of my Horde tunes will be moving over to Team Murloc, except my personal guildmaster need to keep that guild open. Yep, understand. Stir says, our Alliance guild welcomes all Taurens. We're hosting a lunch to invite them over. Zaya says, you mean a barbecue?
Yeah. Don't even start with the menu. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Tiber says Darkmoon Faire will end an hour earlier in US due to the clock change. Thank you, Tiber. That reminds me, time changes are tonight. So when I come back, just remember the show will always be 7 p.m. Eastern time. But if you're in Aussie land, for me, that means I'm pretty sure it will mean my time will go back. So at the moment, I'm starting at 10 a.m. For me, it means I'll start at 9 a.m. on Sunday. So yeah, just always remember at the moment, 7 p.m. Eastern is when the show goes live. All right, one more thing just to let you know, Spreadshirt promo. We have another 20% off everything. It's to hit from March 17th to March 22nd. So everything off in the store is 20% off. All right, I think I got all of the big news. As I said, there is a fair bit there, so apologies for hitting you all with it. But as I said, I'm not going to be here for a couple of weeks after this week, so just trying to catch up on things to make you aware of that. Mrs. Rakuro says my birthday is on the 4th and she will be 56. Nice. Happy birthday. We will be back. We will wish you a happy birthday on the 4th, so that's very exciting. All right, let's do state of the challenges. Ladies, are you ready? We have got a pretty busy looking list this week. So Annette, can you take the irons, please?
Yes, sure. At number 10, we have Ashy at level 45. And number 9 is Iron Bond 2, level 60. At 8, we have Ferry Curie at level 63. At 7, we have Saya Wandry at level 63. Number 6 is Wise Fox at level 64. And we have at number 5, John Fox, level 65, RIP. Number 4 is Liriana at level 65. Number 3 is Druid Stir, level 66. Number 2 is Dragon Iron, level 67. And number 1 is Sayara Winner at level 68.
Nice. Alrighty. Bloods, Faire. Who have we got?
Okay, for Bloods we have 5. Number 5, Highland Coup, I think. Like Healing Coup. I wonder if it's a Tauren. Level 11.
Maybe.
In position 4, Darn Dog, level 17. Number 3 is one of Taco's, Fiesta Taco, level 20. Number 2, Chia, level 22 also. And number 1 is Saya Bingra at level 64.
Excellent. All right. Pacifist. We've got nearly a full list this week. Annette, what have we got?
Number 9, we have Mondi at level 10. Number 8 is Muppet No Kill, level 10. Number 7 is Hunter Rose, level 17. Number 6 is Landiash, level 21. Number 5 is Hunter 5, level 24. Number 4 is Chink, I think, level 34. Number 3 is Freeplay Weekend, level 63. Number 2 is Ferre, level 64. And number 1 is Ferreilean, level 70. And congrats on becoming our 7th Pacifist champion again.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, Faire. Do you want to hit us with the tins and the greens, please?
Sure. We have 2 tins. Number 2 is Mindrin, level 19. And number 1, Iron Woman, level 25. I'm sorry for the hesitant reading. I have light glare on my screen today. I don't know what this light is in Seattle, but we don't get much sun. I'm not used to it. For the greens, we have 10. Lots of greens. Number 10, Golemia, level 11. Number 9, Green Prax is level 21. At 8, Conan, also 21. In position 7, Kealo, level 27. Number 6, Ravenalexis. Sorry, don't mean to mangle it. Level 29. Number 5, Kazuru, level 31. Number 4, Kramer, level 33, but red flagged for one rare slot being equipped. I'm sorry to see that. Number 3, Crippled, level 61. Number 2, Raf, level 61. And number 1, again, Zaya Gikase at level 63. Zaya's been busy.
Exactly. Zaya's always busy. Seriously, does he sleep? Zaya,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Well done on, again, 10 greens. Fantastic. All right, working men. We have 4 working men this week. And I love this because it's basically you and Zaya. Fair. It's you and Zaya. So,
yep.
Number 4, we've got Ferreilean at level 32. 3, we have got Zaya Winnie at level 36, but RIP. 2 is Zaya Worky at level 64. And at number 1, we have Faire Winter at level 66. Well,
Annette, you have to, Zaya and I, can't just keep doing this,
Exactly. But again, well done, everyone. Only a couple of RIPs this week, which is, we have had a couple weeks of very rough weeks. It's so good to see everyone leveling. So well done. Commiserations on those that we've lost. But well done, everyone, for leveling, being busy leveling. All right, let's do our bumper. Where are we?
Hey yo, it's Chit Chat!
Okay, let's hit with some jokes. Annette, hit us with it. What have you got for us?
What do you call a druid who meles in tree form?
I don't know.
A combat log.
Yep. Perfect. And druid definitely seems to be the thing for today. We've had much speak about druids, which is fantastic. Okay, Faire. What have you got?
Druids. Yeah, I had druid on the brain too this week. Why do you never leave a half-eaten sandwich at a table when dining with guardian or feral druids?
Oh, I don't know.
They're prone to swiping things.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Yep. Nice. All right, hang on. Tiber's stolen joke of the week. Here we go. I was injured yesterday when a chandelier fell on me. I went to the hospital with light injuries.
Yep.
Tiber. Fantastic. Thank you for that. All right. I have got to, because this coming week, I don't know if you guys celebrate, but it is St. Patrick's Day on the 17th of March, which also is my husband's birthday. So I had to get you some St. Paddy's jokes puns. So the first one is, How do Irish chefs keep track of all their cooking tools? They have a whisk
No idea.
key.
Nice.
Yep.
I was like, yeah. The other one is, what is a huge Irish spider called? A paddy
Okay.
longlegs. Oh, I thought they were very cute. Mrs. Rockguru says it was St. David's Day on the 1st of March. My late dad, who was Welsh, was born on the 17th of March. Oh wow. That's awesome. So he shares a date with Execute, which is really cool. So yeah, so those that celebrate, enjoy St. Paddy's Day. Honestly, we haven't really celebrated more. Celebrate my husband's birthday. That's pretty much my St. Paddy's Day now. So yes, I will be busy making cake in the next few days for a certain person. So yes, that's what I'll be doing. Alright, let's have a look. Chat room has been busy with lots of chatter. So thank you to everyone hanging out with us. Nisi Sturzaya is there, which is fantastic. Annette's in there. We've got Dave DeHunter somewhere there. He's probably busy listening and drinking his whiskey, I'm sure. Mrs. Rock Guru, Scooter Pixie, Tiber. I think there might be a Stealth Zorts somewhere. If he's there, hi Zorts. Zep is there as well. Giving much hangout with you guys is fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to wrap things up, but before we do, any last minute add-ins, ladies, before we wrap the show up?
Not really.
Okay, excellent. All right, so if we can, Faire, do you want to do the Iron Elites for me, please?
Sure. I want to send a big thank you to all of our Iron Elites. Help us keep things running from a financial point of view, or support our website, things like that. Big thanks to Awesome Trousers, Execute, Faire, Chris W., Lita, Mock, Mr. Nisi, Mr. Bright01 formerly, Mrs. Rock Guru, Nisi, Rud, Stir, Stone, Tiber, aka Tiber, Wainima, Zaya, and Zep. Big thanks.
Absolutely. Seriously, guys, without your help, it is greatly appreciated. So thank you so much for that. And as we said, Mrs. Rock Guru, thank you for resubscribing, which you did earlier. So thank you. Subscribe for 41 months. Thank you. That's wonderful. Alright, so to the wonderful bunch of mods that I have got here to help Stir and myself, Awesome Trousers, Execute, Faire, Chris, Nisi, Zaya, thank you guys for all the things that you do in making my life slightly easier to many degrees, so thank you for that. To our code wardens, Zaya and Rod, thank you for doing all the bits and pieces, sorting all the little bits and pieces behind the scenes, greatly appreciated. And again, to everyone being here, giving of your time to hang out with Faire, Annette, and myself today. Thank you so much for doing that. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much. So as I said, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off in between Execute's birthday. I've also got my mother's birthday, and I just need some downtime as well. So I'm going to take 2 weeks off. So I will be back on Saturday, April 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern. Annette, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you, to hear from you. So if you can tell everyone where they can find you if they want to get in contact, please.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. It was really fun. I can be found on Twitter at Annette SWE, same name that I have in Twitch. And I plan to start streaming on Twitch once I'm up and running after the move. And if I do that, I will be streaming my challenge in tune as well.
Excellent.
Which I'm planning on doing. So I'm gonna try and keep that up.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, let us know, and we will add you to the thing that we have that can help other people see where you are. So let me know when that happens.
I will do.
Yeah, and the information again, guys, I'll put in the notes once for the blog post for the show. So if you want to find where that is, please go over to wowchallenges.com. You will find all the information for our socials. Everything is there. Also, if you want to check out the show, you can download it on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, Stitch Radio, all that kind of thing. Any questions, tips, tricks, jokes, any of that things? If you've got screenshots, don't forget, I'm still happy to take screenshots. See the big one that's around here? Screenshots for the backgrounds of the show. You can send them to podcast@wowchallenges.com. Faire, where can we find you?
Oh, well, it's short and sweet. I'm on Discord as Faire, and at weird hours in the guild on Warm Rust Accord.
Absolutely. And it's really funny because it's really disappointing when I log in and I don't see you.
Oh, yeah.
I normally don't, it's one of those things when I get to log in, I normally don't get to see Stir, or quite often don't get to see Zaya or Taco or any of those because they're often not in kind of our time zone. But there's times when I log in and I'm like, oh, Faire's not here. And then I think, oh, she might be over on the other side. She might be either Horde side or Alliance side, depending on where I am. So yeah. Alright, don't forget, easiest way to find me is please go to Linktree /Leta Wow, LEETAWOW. You will find all of my information. That is the easiest way to do it. So if you want to find me, please check that out. Alright, chat room. Well, I think we've got everything. Nisi, Friday is taken care of. We're supposed to get more overnight. Oh, okay. So Nisi asked Tiber how the snow was doing. So apparently there's a bit of snow. Tiber, I hope you're making a snowman and send me a photo. Just saying. Obsessed with snowmen. I was watching, just off tangent for 1 minute, on I can't remember if it was a video, but this lady makes cakes, realistic cakes, and if you looked at, she'd made a snowman and it looked spot on, including the background that you looked and kind of thought, oh, the snowman's in the snow, and then she takes the knife to it and cuts it, and I mean the snowman was probably, I don't know, maybe about 18 inches, but just when she cut it, and this chocolate cake with filling and everything, it was I was like, yeah, okay, that's my kind of snowman as well. So that was very cool. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me both today. It's been wonderful getting to know Annette. And again, we wish you all the best in all your adventures. So, you know, just, and the tips that you've given us today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
1,000 needles.
Welcome and thank you.
Guess where
Yeah,
I'm
1,000
going.
needles.
Definitely going to be trying that. All right, everyone. So please stay safe, both in and out of game. I will catch you in 2 weeks' time. All right, 2 weeks. Back on the 1st of April, I will be back. Again, thank you, Faire. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, chat room. We'll catch you then. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
The WoW Challenges podcast is a World of Warcraft gaming podcast. Produced by Lita, copyright 2022. Portions of the...
Okay, cut that one short. So, we have got... Let me have a look. Anyone got any show titles? Please pop them in now. I just got one, which was, Annette, you had said just try it. I don't think we've had that as a show title. That's that one. Let me see if Tiber or Nisi or Stir come up with, Zaya might come up with something. Unless you've got a show title that you would like to use.
I can't think of anything.
See if anyone says anything else, but I thought it was really good advice. You said just try it. Just
That occurred to me as a show title when you said it.
Tiber says swimming through 1,000 needles. It's a bit too long, but totally know what you're saying on that score. I guess we might go with that one. Just try it. You happy with that?
I am.
Done.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right, chat room, we're gonna go. I'm gonna cut the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate that. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Have a great time off.
Thank you.